New hero, new tier list. In today's video, we will be ranking all the 27 heroes in Bullet Echo, including the new hero. As always, all tier lists and rankings on this channel are simply a product of my personal opinion and experience playing this game for over 3 years. Feel free to leave your own rankings or opinions in the comment section. I always respond. And without wasting any single moment, guys, let's get straight into the video. The strongest heroes will be placed in the S tier and the rest will be distributed in the A, B, C and D tier in that order. But we begin with the D tier, and as always, the only hero here is Bertha. At this point, I don't even know what changes can be made to this hero to make her better than she is. The only thing I can think of is increasing her piercing power significantly so that walls make little difference when she shoots through them. But for now, Bertha is the most predictable hero in the game, and she is also the easiest hero to counter. This is why she remains in the D tier. In the C tier, we have two support heroes. Smog is one of the most useful tanks, having the highest health among all the characters, while Doc can also make a significant contribution to most teams due to his toughness during direct gunfights, but that is all these two heroes are. They are simply support heroes, and this is where they will always belong, unless some very drastic changes are made to them. But moving on to the B tier, we start off with Hurricane, who got stronger recently and is now a more reliable character for most players. His movement speed was increased, and this is a very good change considering that speed is one of the most important things in this game. Stalker and Tess also lie in the B tier. In my opinion, these two heroes are probably the most balanced in the game. They can make significant contributions during battle, which can make them look very strong, but at the same time, they also have some very obvious weaknesses. In the case of Leviathan, he became weaker after the most recent update. You can find the full patch notes in a video, which I will link in the top comment. But these balance changes proved to be enough for me to bring Leviathan down from the A tier to the B tier. Firefly and Slayer maintain their position in this tier, as we saw from the previous tier list. Firefly is a solid hero for beginners, while Slayer is a very dangerous character in the right situations, but he is also probably the hardest hero to use in the game. Bastion also lies in the B tier. At this point, we all know that he is a very good choice for new players, and he dominates at lower levels of the game, but he gets exposed in high trophy lobbies because he is too slow and his large armor is almost useless at those levels. Levi and Satoshi make up this tier as well, both very solid characters who bring a lot of important qualities during battle. And finally, we conclude this tier with Sparkle. Her powerful shotgun combined with a lot of health make her a formidable enemy on the battlefield. The A tier becomes our next focus in this video, starting off with Alice and Ramsay, two of the latest heroes to the game. Both are really powerful characters with interesting new abilities and few weaknesses. Alice is known for her ability to gain health while shooting, while Ramsay causes panic on the battlefield because of his ability to knock back heroes and stun them at the same time. This is where they belong in my opinion, not strong enough to make it to my S tier. Dragoon continues to be a really powerful tank, the most useful tank in my opinion. His ability to make all nearby allies both faster and more silent cannot go unnoticed. But the two heroes that I had to bring to this tier are Arnie and Cyclops. Arnie dropped down from the S tier. Yes, he can be a menace during battle, but he relies too much on movement and good decision making. So that is why I decided to adjust his ranking in this list. In the case of Cyclops, he simply replaced Leviathan, who was in this tier but became weaker in the previous update. But even if we put that aside, Cyclops has been a really solid character for a long time now. he's definitely not the character you want to come face to face with during battle. Mirage and Shenji remain in the A tier, another pair of really powerful and versatile heroes that can cause a lot of pain for enemy targets, but this is where they belong for now. This tier also features Lynx, who I think is in the top 3 most useful heroes in the game, after Dragoon and Raven. We conclude the tier with Blot, a really solid sniper for most players, and Ghost, who is the king of invisibility. And now, we take a look at the S tier, which contains the 4 best heroes in the game. In my opinion, of course, starting off with a new hero, Vi. Vi is one of the most unique heroes in the game at the moment. Her Shadow Step ability is her most important strong point, and it even allows her to dash through small gaps in walls and all types of shields and barriers. This ability can be very devastating in the hands of very good players, especially at this point in time when it has no cooldown. Vi, however, does not have a lot of health, and she has to rely on destroying low health enemies with her dash in order to have any chance of making multiple kills in a short time. Otherwise, she can easily be killed by any decent team as long as they are close to each other. Freddy is another hero that we see in the S tier, probably the highest DPS hero in the game, but putting that aside, he is very fast, while also being able to frustrate his enemies with endless waves of grenades. Raven is the next member of the S tier. His amazing set of abilities include being able to disarm all enemies around him for almost 4 seconds. During this time, they cannot shoot. Raven is also a very valuable ally to snipers and other long-range characters because he increases the weapon range of all allies close to him, making them more dangerous on the battlefield. But the strongest hero in the game, in my opinion, remains Angel. Her shield, combined with a high movement speed and the protective matrix, all make her tough as a nail and very hard to escape from. She has the lowest health in the game, but you wouldn't know that on the battlefield because of her protective matrix ability, which reduces all incoming damage by more than half and allows her to survive death even when she fights without her shield. Which Bullet Echo heroes are the strongest in your opinion? Let us know below in the comment section, and if you found any value in this video, here is a few other videos you may like.